On Tiveros. Tonight on the program, COVID-19 cases are on the rise and at nearly 900 in today's tally. A doctors group says hospitals are keeping watch, while research experts say holiday gatherings may not be the cause for this uptick in infections. 5 months away from the big day, the Commission on Elections simulates the 2022 polls from voting to transmission of votes, complete with health protocols. And with the clock counting down to New Year's Eve, Filipinos are rushing to buy medianoche staples. We'll check how sales are going for fruits and ham and a popular favorite, lechon. COVID-19 cases are on the rise, with the country now seeing 889 new infections. This is the highest daily tally since November 27, when new cases were at 899. Active cases are now over 10,400, excluding data from 3 laboratories. More than 200 patients recovered, 28 others died. The independent research group OCTA says today's tally is lower than its projected range of 1,200, but it's still a significant increase from the previous days. OCTA says this may likely increase further before the new year. It also estimates over 300 of these new cases are from Metro Manila alone. The group warns of a potential rise in COVID cases in the capital region after the daily positivity rate increased on Monday to more than 5% for the first time since October. The positivity rate refers to the percentage of all COVID-19 tests performed that turn out to be positive. OCTA adds NCR's reproduction number, or the number of individuals an infected person can't pass the virus to, also increased to 1.03 as of December 25th and may still rise to 1.39 if the current trend continues. OCTA said there is now concern that this is not just a holiday uptick. A doctors group is also sounding the alarm and increasing COVID cases. The group says the rise in new cases is worrisome since cases increased to over 100% in a span of 5 days.
It's quite worrisome, and we need to really be very cautious in ensuring that we don't increase this number further. We have actually seen also the slight increase in the number of cases that are being seen in the emergency rooms. There were even days wherein, like let us say we see 10 cases, and then out of the 10 cases, we see 5 of those people turning out to be positive. So that's really being felt quite in reality, in the hospitals. And this is actually causing a lot of worries for us, because we know that we need to really brace up for the possible surge if the behavior of people continue to be the same.
Health experts and officials, as well as Malacanang, are advising the public to continue adhering to minimum public health standards, including the proper wearing of masks. The palace reiterates authorities can escalate alert levels anytime if necessary in areas where there is a spike in cases. Authorities have tracked down the close contacts of the 4th known Omicron case in the country. The health department said it is now verifying the swab test results of 22 people who have come into contact with the patient aboard her flight back to Manila last December 10th. That includes her husband, who already tested positive for COVID-19. The new variant is now in over 100 countries. Early studies show Omicron causes mild disease but more transmissible than the other variants. A group of hospitals is holding off its so-called, its call for the so-called PhilHealth holiday. The Private Hospitals Association made the announcement following a meeting and hearing request from concerned patients and citizens. The group earlier planned to stop accepting claims from state health insurer PhilHealth from January 1 to 5 in a show of support to hospitals that have decided to cut ties with the agency because of its failure to pay claims. Private hospitals have long complained about the mounting unpaid claims to the agency, which they said affected their operations amid the pandemic. PhilHealth admitted delays in its payments, but said it is working to improve its processes, especially for COVID-19 claims. Odette ravaged 14 barangays in Puerto Princesa City in Palawan. A satellite clinic that caters to many of these areas also suffered heavy damage, but its 2 health workers still treat as many patients as they can despite inadequate medical supplies. Tristan Odalo now joins us live from Puerto Princesa. Tristan?
Yeah, we are now standing here in Barangay San Rafael, one of the most devastated barangays in Puerto Princesa City due to Typhoon Odette. A vital healthcare facility here is now in critical state as the satellite clinic in San Rafael now deals with lack of manpower, damaged properties, supplies and equipment, and inrush of patients. 2 health workers in this satellite clinic in Barangay San Rafael, Puerto Princesa City tried to accommodate as many patients as they can amid the punishing storm, including a pregnant woman who needs to deliver her child, but roads have become impassable. The midwives then took a boat to bring her to the nearest health facility at that time. But when they returned to the clinic, they saw the extent of the damage left by Typhoon Odette.
Sobrang lakas po ng hangin noong time na yun. Kaya na bagsakan po na malaking puno yan yung bubong namin. Butas-butas na rin po yan yung clinic namin. Pinagtsatsagaan na lang namin. Tumutulo po yan pag may kunting hangin, kunting ulan. Tumutulo din po yan sa loob.
Medicines and vaccines were washed out, the staff room became roofless, medical equipment and devices have also been destroyed. They could not accept patients who are in need of specialized equipment because of power outage. The generator is also malfunctioning.
Sa amin po sobrang hirap, sir. Wala talaga kaming pahinga, sir. Wala kaming tulog sa halos araw-araw. Maraming pasyente. Dinadagsa po kami ng pasyente rito. Kulang po kami ng staff.
Oxygen and medicine supplies are running out. No medical doctor has been assigned in the area since the start of the pandemic. And now with no stable clean water source, even the ambulance is being used to bring filled up containers.
Kulang na rin po sa gamot dahil yung iba nga po na was out din. Mga supplies po.
The satellite clinic in San Rafael is now requesting or in dire need of nebulizers, oxygen regulators, and pulse oximeter. They also appeal for medicines and additional medical supplies. Meantime, Puerto Princesa officials report that the estimated cost of damage in healthcare facilities and medical equipment in Puerto Princesa has now reached to 12 million pesos. Back to you, Pia.
Tristan Odalo there reporting from Puerto Princesa in Palawan. Well, up ahead on Newsnight, Comet mounts mock elections for the 2022 polls, the first to be held under the shadow of the pandemic. And more Filipinos are welcoming 2022 with hope. Details when we return.
Oh, anyari sa'yo? Ba't nakasimangot ka? Alam ko na. Masakit ang katawan mo, ano? Sa sobrang trabaho? O di kaya masakit ang ulo sa sobrang stress? Break ka muna. Hinga ng malalim at imasahe ang ulo mo gamit ang Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Ako rin ganun eh. Kaya pag mataas ang tensyon sa trabaho, mag-Herbalaya break ka muna.
Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Amoy na kaaya-aya. Sa bawat pahid ay ginhawa.
MX3 Coffee Mix to ignite my day. Hi guys! Lagi akong focused, active, at extraordinary. Because the most important things in life deserve nothing less. MX3 Coffee Mix, my choice.
Payment solutions made easy, collection solutions made efficient, and managing bank information made easy. The Bancom way. Bancom Cash Management Solutions ensure companies more efficient payments, better cash flow, and easier cash and check collections. Bancom Pay offers payment solutions that will deliver your company's needs more efficiently with Cash Pay, Check Pay, Direct Pay, and GovPay. Bancom Collect offers collection solutions that prioritize your company's security and convenience to ensure effective and easy transactions with Deposit Collect and Direct Collect. Bancom Connect allows you to effectively monitor and manage your company's funds and transactions in real time online through Bancom Business and Bancom Business Direct. Visit Bank of Commerce online or text the hotline for more details. Improve your profitability through effective cash management. Go the Bancom way today.
May pagbabago man sa dekorasyon, sa pangangaroling, at sa simoy ng selebrasyon. Ang maiiwan na damang-dama ay sarap ng Pasko na buong-buo. Sarap na hatid ng Pure Foods Noche Buena. Sa Paskong Pure Foods. Sarap na dala ng pamilyang bumubuo sa Pasko. Buo ang Pasko sa Paskong Pure Foods.
Sa pagbangon ng mga Pilipino, saludo ako sa mga taong patuloy na humaharap sa hamon ng pagbabago.
Bilang isang ina, handa akong gawin ang lahat para sa kaligtasan ng aking mga anak.
Pandemya man, tuloy pa rin ang serbisyo para malinis ang kapaligiran.
Serbisyong publiko para sa kaligtasan ng lahat.
Sa panahon ng krisis, ikaw, ako, magtulungan tayo. Saludo ako sa Pilipino.
For my babies, only vet-approved Nutri-Chunks puppies. The only one with active boost and prebiotics na Pampalisto. Made with real meat with essential nutrients to help them grow strong and healthy. Nado sa Nutri-Chunks puppies.
Tumagal tayo sa dilim, laman tayo ng nightlife. Now it's time to live the light life. Let's have Sandvik Light with the sun out. Hindi lang panggabi ang bonding natin. Any hour is now happy hour. As you drink up the light life, kumagaan ang feeling. Ang katapusan ng bawat kwento, may inuumpisa ang bago. Get into the light life. Sandvik Light.
Welcome back to CNN Philippines. The biggest public hospital in Region 8, the Caraga Regional Hospital, is still recovering from Odette's onslaught. Most of the staff survived the typhoon, but their homes were damaged as well. Still, they continue to perform their duties to provide health care to those in need. George Quiles tells us more.
This video was taken inside the Caraga Regional Hospital in Surigao City, showing how intense Odette was. The typhoon left portions of the hospital damaged. Nurse Jamar Abalo recalls how they worked to keep their patients out of harm's way.
Yung mga helper natin at hospital attendants, na tumulong sila para maglagay ng mga bed dito sa hallway para in case of meron ng talagang medyo malakas na yung hangin, ma-evacuate namin from a high-risk na area or hazardous place to safer place.
Almost 2 weeks since the onslaught of Odette, its traces are still evident all over the hospital. Destroyed ceilings, broken windows, damaged roofings. Some patients are even temporarily staying at the hallway, while some wards remain unusable. Hospital Chief Dr. Cheryl Gutinga says their COVID-19 facilities, like the operating room, laboratory, and vaccination center, are now out of order. The estimated cost of damage at the biggest public hospital in Caraga region is initially pegged at 18.5 million pesos, or around 20% of their annual budget. While most staff are also victims of the typhoon, like Nurse Elmer Zapanta, they still come to work to perform their sworn duty.
Kung wala kami, din paano na yung mga patient? So kailangan talaga ng help kasi talagang increasing yung number of patient namin. So sinong magbigay ng kanilang dressing, magbigay ng mga gamot kung wala yung mga staff.
Malaki rin ang pasasalamat ko sa kanila na despite yung mahirap na situation, lahat naman tayo na-affected rin sa bagyo. So I'm happy na malaking percentage rin ang nag-report pa rin.
Power was recently restored in the hospital and water supply is still unstable. Despite these problems, the hospital management pledges to continue helping patients in need, even if the hospital itself needs help too. From Surigao City, George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
Another province heavily devastated by Odette wants the national government to do better in aid distribution. Bohol Governor Arthur Yap said in an online media forum that as of today, the Social Welfare Department has only given 50,000 food packs to families in need. But the provincial government was able to hand out 90,000 packs and might exceed 100,000 by month's end. Over 200,000 families were affected in Bohol. Yap calls on national agencies to hasten transmission of funds and distribution of relief goods.
We have to do a better job. And kung pondo, may tanong ka dito, yung pondo from the national government, well, I was informed that Malacanang set aside 28 million for the province of Bohol. And we're still trying to find out now what nature are these funds so we know how to spend it.
Yap also urges the National Grid Corporation and telco providers to work double time to repair power and communication lines to speed up relief efforts. COMELEC mounts mock elections to check if everything is in order 5 months before the 2022 polls, from COVID-19 protocols to the transmission of votes. Our Melissa Lopez joins us live from Pasay City for details. Melissa?
Pia, we are now at the Cuneta Astrodome for the canvassing of from 2 voting centers in Pasay City as part of mock election sites nationwide. Voting opened at exactly 7 in the morning at the Padre Zamora Elementary School, where 390 out of a target of 400 participants showed up. Elderly couple Elvira and Francisco Aquilio were the first to finish voting, completing the process in just a few minutes. Another voter took longer.
Hindi mo nakakalito, ayos lang. Parang kagayang dati rin. Ang mga letra malilito. Pero kita naman namin eh.
Ito ko lang ho talagang ma-experience at maranasan kung ano talagang ano. Upang sa actual, din ako lalong mahirapan.
The May 9 polls is the first in the middle of the pandemic. Health protocols are in place. Temperatures are taken at the gate, and if a test voter shows COVID-19 symptoms, he will be led to an isolated polling place. All must wear a face mask and face shield, but this rule may change. Inside, voters pass by this desk to know which classroom to visit. Persons with disabilities, pregnant women, and senior citizens who might have trouble walking to the precinct can vote at the Emergency Accessible Polling Place, or EAPP. COMELEC tested a 3-room setup. The first room, a holding area. Ballots are filled out in the second room, 10 people at a time, and then fed to the vote counting machine in the third room. COMELEC spokesman James Jimenez says it should take only 5 minutes to finish voting. Turnout was also better than expected. Voting went generally smooth. In Pateros, polls closed at noon for exceeding the target number of voters. However, in Negros Oriental, ballots had to be trimmed to fit the voting machine. Poll watchdog Lente also reported paper jams in voting machines in Isabela and Albay. Meanwhile, police say they are set to identify election hotspots by January. Polls closed at 5 p.m. and the local COMELEC officers have just finished the canvassing and tallying of votes remitted by the voting centers. Now they can declare who are the winners in the local race, at least for the test elections. And if interested, it was actually Selena Gomez who won the presidential race. Back to you, Pia.
Melissa Lopez there reporting on the mock elections. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, 2022 just a few days away, we'll take a look at Pinoy's outlook for the new year based on the latest social weather station survey. And we go to some of the most famous places to buy medianoche items and find out if prices have gone up. You're watching CNN Philippines.
O, anyari sa'yo? Ba't nakasimangot ka? Alam ko na. Masakit ang katawan mo, ano? Sa sobrang trabaho? O di kaya masakit ang ulo sa sobrang stress? Break ka muna. Hinga ng malalim at imasahe ang ulo mo gamit ang Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Ako rin ganun eh. Kaya pag mataas ang tensyon sa trabaho, mag-Herbalaya break ka muna.
Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Amoy na kaaya-aya. Sa bawat pahid ay ginhawa.
Withdrawal limits. Grow a successful and rewarding financial future with experience from Bank of Commerce. Visit Bank of Commerce online for more details.
Ngayong Pasko, huwag sana nating kalimutang pasalamatan ang mga frontliners na patuloy na nagsasakripisyo.
Sila ang kabalikat natin sa panahon ng peligro.
Alay ng frontliners ang kanilang buhay para sa kapakanan ng sambayan ng Pilipino.
Ang ating mga frontliners, ang mga bagong bayani ng bayan. Sariwain natin ang tunay na diwa ng Pasko.
Maraming salamat po, mga mahal nating frontliners.
Mula sa amin, Frontliners!
Kayo ang bida! May pagbabago man sa dekorasyon, sa pangangaroling, at sa simoy ng selebrasyon. Ang maiiwan na damang-dama ay sarap ng Pasko na buong-buo. Sarap na hatid ng Pure Foods Noche Buena. Sarap na dala ng pamilyang bumubuo sa Pasko. Buo ang Pasko sa Paskong Pure Foods.
Pagpapamalas ng malasakit, tapang at kabayanihan sa pagharap sa anumang pagsubok ng buhay. Yan ang mga taong kikilalanin natin sa ika-4 na taon ng Ginebra Ako Awards. Nagsimula noong taong 2003 na may hangaring makapagpatayo ng 700,000 kabahayan sa 7,000 isla sa loob ng 7 taon. Ito ang Gawad Kalinga na simbolo na kahit kailan walang iwanan. At magpahanggang sa ngayon ay buong tapang na tumutulong at kumakalinga sa ating mga kababayan.
Ang Pilipino ay likas na nagbibigay malasakit. Kilala tayo sa ibang bansa bilang taong natural ang magkalinga. Kailangan lang natin to bigyan ng pagkakataon, mailabas at kahit mahirap ang bansa, kaya pa rin natin magkalinga sa iba.
Para sa akin, si Gawad Kalinga ay hindi lang po siya bahay. Inspirasyon po siya sa akin, bagong bahay, bagong buhay, bagong bayan. Ito pala yung buhay na hinahanap ko na noon pa.
Hirap po talaga kami sa buhay dati. Nangangalaka lang po kasi kami dati. Nung nasa tanay po ako na na-aksidente po ako, nag-asikaso po ako sa asawa ko. Kaya salamat po sa mga tumulong sa amin. Lalo na po nalipat kami dito. Mga kapitbahay po namin, hindi po kami kinalimutan na tulungan.
Ang Gawad Kalinga ay simbolo ng pangarap ng mga Pilipino na tapusin yung kahirapan sa bansa. Poverty is loss of dignity. In restoring their dignity, that brings out their capacity to dream and that enables them to become productive. Importante na maintindihan natin na sa bansa, kailangan yung pagkakalinga at yung maipadama sa ating mga kababayan na hindi sila napag-iiwan. Kaya yung barangay walang iwanan ang hangarin ay paano natin malolocalize yung solutions. We hope to create these on-ground platforms and connect them to online solidarity. Kaya habang nilalabanan natin yung challenges ng pandemic, huwag nating kalilimutan na tulungan din yung ibang mahihirap na may tawid din yung kanilang buhay. Tayo sa Gawad Kalinga, we believe na walang iwanan. We should never say die. Sa pong karangalan, natanggapin ng Gawad Kalinga ang Ginebra Ako Awards Year 4. Ito po ay isa ring pasasalamat sa thousands of volunteers ng Gawad Kalinga dahil po sa inyo napatunayan natin na totoong walang iwanan sa bansang ito.
Binabati ko ang lahat ng bumubuo sa Gawad Kalinga, lalong-lalo na sa mga taong nasa likod ng programang Barangay Walang Iwanan. Ito ay isang patunay ng mga Pilipino kailanman I never say die. Congratulations po!
Bagong tapang at patuloy na kasaganaan ang aming hangad para sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Gawad Kalinga. Mabuhay kayo! Ako po si Pauline Verzosa at ito ang ika-4 na taon ng Ginebra Ako Award. Tumitindi ang bagong tapang ng One Ginebra Nation.
Welcome back. New stamps from the Philippine Postal Corporation come out tomorrow, meant to feature our national heroes' compassion for the Filipino people. The release is in commemoration of Jose Rizal's 125th death anniversary. The block of 4 postage stamps were designed under the theme Rizal para sa agham, katotohanan at buhay will be sold at 12 pesos each. More Filipinos welcoming the new year with hope. That's according to the latest Social Weather Station survey. It found that 93% of adult Filipinos are hopeful about 2022. That is slightly up from 91% last year. But this year's figure is still lower than the 96% recorded in 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic struck the country. Malacanang welcomes the results of the latest SWS survey.
That's a huge majority, of our kababayans looking forward to a better 2022. Pero nasa kamay po natin lahat yan. Sa pagtutulungan po natin, we can overcome yung challenges natin dito sa COVID.
The survey covered 1,440 participants nationwide from December 12 to 16. It is just 2 days until New Year's Eve, and the rush to buy medianoche staples like fruits and ham has begun, but sales have yet to pick up in one popular destination for lechon. CNR Kanghel has that story.
Bowls of freshly cooked lechon are for the taking outside shops in Loloma, Quezon City as early as 10 a.m. But customers are hard to come by. Vendors flag vehicles and passers-by, urging them to buy roasted pig. With just 2 days before New Year's Eve, lechon vendors say sales have yet to pick up. Some vendors blame low sales on the high cost of pigs, which translates to high prices. A 5-kilogram lechon, which used to be sold for around 6,000 pesos, now sells for between 8,500 pesos and 9,500 pesos.
Supplier na lang kumita eh. Ang lechonero walang kinikita. Dahil sa sobrang taas ng bigay nila sa amin. Swerte na yung maka 1,000 kaming kita sa isang bakboy. Minsan 500, minsan tabla pa.
It's a different story in Divisoria, the popular bargain marketplace in Manila, where round fruits are in demand. Prices also increased ahead of the new year, but customers still buy fruits for prosperity in the coming year. There's also a long line of customers at a famous ham store in Quiapo, Manila. 60-year-old Rosario Francisco traveled from Bukawi, Bulacan to buy 2 kilograms of Chinese ham for New Year's Eve. A kilogram of sliced ham costs 1,540 pesos, while a kilogram of deboned whole ham sells for 1,460 pesos. A kilogram of bone-in ham sells for 1,600 pesos. Francisco says it has been a tradition to buy the choice ham, so she saves up for it even if there are cheaper alternatives.
High school, working student na ako eh. So pinag-iipunan ko siya every New Year. Laging meron yan.
Whatever items are on the table for medianoche, shoppers say nothing will replace welcoming the new year with loved ones by their side. CNR Kanghel, CNN Philippines.
And that's it for tonight. Join me again on news.ph at 7 p.m. I'm Pio Ontiveros for Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines.
Sa'yo? Ba't nakasimangot ka? Alam ko na. Masakit ang katawan mo, ano? Sa sobrang trabaho? O di kaya masakit ang ulo sa sobrang stress? Break ka muna. Hinga ng malalim at imasahe ang ulo mo gamit ang Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Ako rin ganun eh. Kaya pag mataas ang tensyon sa trabaho, mag-Herbalaya break ka muna.
Herbalaya Liniment Oil. Amoy na kaaya-aya. Sa bawat pahid ay ginhawa.
Ringo Honasan po. Sa pagbangon ng mga Pilipino, saludo ako sa mga taong patuloy na humaharap sa hamon ng pagbabago.
Bilang isang ina, handa akong gawin ang lahat para sa kaligtasan ng aking mga anak.
Pandemya man, tuloy pa rin ang serbisyo para malinis ang kapaligiran. serbisyong publiko para sa kaligtasan ng lahat.
Sa panahon ng krisis, ikaw, ako, magtulungan tayo.
Ringo Honasan po.
Saludo.